Alexa, give us the definition of commitment.
Commitment is usually defined as the trait of sincere and steadfast fixity of purpose or, alternatively, the act of binding yourself, intellectually or emotionally, to a course of action.
So today we're talking about commitment and how important commitment is. The reality is, commitment is actually really huge, even in just a side business. So it can actually either make that side business a success or not. So let's get on with it and talk all about commitment. Okay, so now we need to ask the question, why is commitment really so important? And the answer to that is actually pretty easy, and you probably already know it. But the thing is, if your client or customer feels that you are 100% committed to them no matter what, then they're going to become committed to you. And in our egg example, sometimes you're going to have different amounts of eggs coming in. So you need to be committed every day to gathering those eggs, washing those eggs, and you need to be committed to a certain amount of customers that have, as you grow your business, you're going to realize what customers are really committed to you. They always show up on time at the farm to come and get the eggs when they say they're going to be there. They're good customers. They always pay. There's never just a bunch of excuses about why they couldn't do this, couldn't do that. They're just good customers, and they're committed to you, and so you're committed to them. It's almost like the level of commitment that you give to them is the level of commitment eventually that you receive back from your customers. And so that's why commitment is so very, very important, even in just a small side business. Don't think that just because you're small and you're not necessarily hoping to get huge or whatever, that you don't really need to be committed, that you can say, well, I just don't have the product right now, or I just can't come today, or whatever like that, because that just puts a feeling in that person's mind that you're not exactly 100% committed to them. Now, another thing with commitment, though, that is something that we've experienced here even, is if that client or customer feels that you are 100% committed to them from the get-go, then when things do come up and it's just like out of your control, that, look, I have no idea what happened, but I only had 6 eggs, for the whole week or something, and I'm just not going to be able to fill those orders, then those clients, those customers are able to understand, and their mind goes through a whole different process. So if you were to tell them that, and they know that you're 100% committed to them, their mind is thinking, well, something must have happened that wasn't quite right at what, something was out of the ordinary, and it's not that big of a deal this week. We'll just get back on it next week and we're good to go. There's no relationship that burned there or anything like that. You've always had a good product. You've always been on time previous to this, but just something happened out of the blue. But if you're only 50% committed, and maybe in the past you've not been able to provide the eggs, or in the past you've just not been able to show up for whatever reason, and that customer just doesn't have that overall feeling that you're 100% committed, then when something does come up, there's a whole different mind process that goes through about you to that client or customer. And what they're going to think is, well, they're not really in this, and maybe I should find somebody that's going to go ahead and get me those eggs every single week, and I really shouldn't have to deal with this, and then you kind of just have it's just not a very good feeling about that person, because you just know from previous circumstances or for whatever reason that, they're just not 100% committed to you. So you need to establish that commitment right away, and you need to be very thoughtful on how you're going to stay committed and just be able to, at the very minimum, make your clients, make your customers feel that you are absolutely committed to what you've told them, what you've said to them. You've given the product that you've said that you would give them, and they just feel like all the way around that you are committed to them no matter what. It's just a huge deal. So this is just kind of a short overall just talk, I guess, on commitment, and I just really challenge you to be committed in whatever you're doing. And even if it's something that you just want to start and you want to try out, make sure that you're committed right away on that, and that you do it with your whole heart right away. And then that'll give you a good indication on how, okay, this isn't working out. You can just tell everybody, hey, this isn't working out for me. This is, different than what I thought it would be. I'm not going to be doing it anymore. And then you can kind of say, I'm done, instead of leading people along. And that just does not work well. And people catch on to that right away. And it just really backfires on your next venture that you try to get going. So be committed right away. Give it your whole heart. Give it everything you got. And use that as a benchmark for, is this succeeding? Is it not succeeding? Is it a viable idea? Is it a viable product? Is it gonna work out? You can just say, I was committed right away. I gave it all I got, and I did not hit this particular benchmark for this level of success that I wanted to be at in a month. I wanted it to be generating $200 of revenue, and it just never got there. Okay, then I need to just drop this and I need to do something different. So it's also a really great way to measure the success, measure where that side business is at, because you're committed and you've given it all you got. So that's really all I have for tonight, for today. And just remember that, although it is tip number 4, it would be really high on the list of things to keep in mind when thinking about how to make that side business a success. Is what goes with success is definitely commitment, being committed to your process, being committed to your product, and most of all, being committed to that customer or clientele that you have and you've worked so hard for. So why wouldn't you give it all you got? Thanks so much for watching. Hope that this helped you out tonight, and we'll catch you tomorrow as we kind of go and end it all with the creativity and the creativity side of business and success in business. So thanks so much.